Okay, so you've been following along at all with this ridiculous repair. I was able to remove my fuse panel. It's really only held in by these two. There's two little nuts on the bottom. All of this basically mounts to the front and sides and bottom, and then these luckily cannot get backwards. They only fit where they're supposed to fit. All of the connectors, this green one. Heck, let's just go through all of it. Grab my tools. You have to disconnect this green thing back here. Forget about this guy for now. And then off the side there is a hidden back here, there's this gray connector, this white connector which is for the fan. Actually, looks like I didn't have to disconnect that. I thought it was part of the fuse panel. It's not. It's only mounted to the bracket. So ignore that. You don't have to unplug this. But once you get all that, oh, and then at the top, so basically left and right here, there is two, and these have levers on them. They're those levered connectors. I don't know what the hell. So anyway, after you get all the stuff off of the front off, you can undo the bolts and you can loosen this and turn it left and right a wee bit to access the two rear panels, or the two rear pin mounts. So according to my diagram and what I've been working on with LR4, this is the pin connector I'm concerned with. Should be giving the short. It's really hard to tell, maybe not so hard to tell there, but all these pins are perfect. They are perfect. Not even a little bit of water got in there or in any of these. Now, C586 connects to the orange. There is an orange 32 pin connector, and let's see if I can get that, a green 32 pin connector. And at the back, the wires I'm concerned with are purple. Excuse me. Well, purple and gray was apparently the problem. But this purple and gray goes to... Oh, geez, this is so fun to do with only one hand. Well, one hand holding the unit. Focus. Piece of crap. You can basically, along the top row, it's the third pin in. 1, 2, 3. I can see there's a purple and gray one there, and then two more over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 6, or whatever their actual numbers are apparently the source of the issue. Now, if I check these, there is no power at either of them. The battery is connected, but there's no power at either of these. And I can see that this does go back through, actually, the firewall and becomes part of the nest of wires inside the engine bay. So there is no power anywhere here. And as far as I can tell, no power anywhere here. I'm going to pause for a second and double check that. Yeah, so confirmed. I checked all 32 of these pins. There is no power coming through this connector at all. And if you look, you can see, again, it's difficult because of the coloration of these wires, but there isn't even a pink and gray coming out of here. There's a purple and gray that has no power at pin 27, or wherever I guess it was. However, on this, which is even harder to get at, this green connector has one green wire at the back. I'm going to see if I can get in here to show you. Oh my goodness, I doubt it. That's just black. Hang on. Oh, I love it. I love it. Working in a car under the dashboard. You'll never be able to see this, but basically, if I can figure it out, basically from this orientation, it would be the left row, left side row, third pin down. That is a green wire. It's this, and it's a solid green wire. It's not a two-color. It's just a solid green wire. This third pin, whatever position that is is the only one that has power. In fact, I could figure out what position that is. Hang on a second. So that is, let's see, this mounts in this way. No, it doesn't. It mounts in this way. So it's C584. And let's match these up if I can. This is upside, it's plugged in that way, which reverses the left to right. So this, if I'm just this side, it's going to be the bottom end. So that actually is pin, appears to be 32, 31, looks like pin 30. Appears to be pin 30, and C584 has power. But that's the only place in either of those connectors. So if the electricity isn't making it to this connector, or either of these connectors, there's no short, as far as I can tell. And this is like straight from the BCM. So between the BCM and here, the central fuse panel, there is no power getting through, as far as I can tell, except for on, what did I just say, C584, possibly pin 30. And if it's not pin 30, I guess it would be pin 16, 15, pin 14. So pin 14 or maybe pin 30, if I read those right, are the only things with electricity. And if I come around to the engine even, oh yeah, you'll never see it in there. Well, this is basically, in fact, well, here, we can look here. Yeah, let's see, where'd they go? That's not purple. There's a purple and gray. There's two purple and grays coming out of here that appear to run to the back. One here and one here. Out of this module, whatever this is. They all seem to run into here, right? This large module, and then everything runs through there into the vehicle somewhere. And I never touched any of this. The only thing I did when I was adjusting my, or replacing my stupid drain, was jostle this. Like, I barely jostled this. I thought maybe I had pushed something in back here. Maybe there was like some sort of error, but there's nothing. There's no bare wires, there's no water, there's no place where the wires could be connecting or contacting the body. I mean, I don't know. This is why I hate electrics. Also, if you're ever having to replace your drain tube, ow, God, I hate being in here. That is where the drain tube exits. And so that's why this is such a huge problem. When that leaks, as you can see, I replaced it with some actual rather thick rubber hose that won't crack because there isn't an elbow and it's not. Anyway, that's why this is such a problem, because if that right there leaks, that black tube starts leaking, it leaks on all of these wires. And I could probably spend the rest of my life trying to figure out why my rear wiper, and only my rear wiper, operates when the car is off. Again, any of you geniuses out there who can help me, I would love it. This is not my forte. If I was like when I come around to replacing the water pump and the front and rear coolant crossovers, doing my supercharger fluid, all of that stuff, heck, those videos, I'll actually look like I know what I'm doing. Here, I'm lost. So any help, I'd love it. Thank you.